Alright, back again with another video, but this ain't a cargo man video. This is more like a hot topic video, and this actually, I just woke up to it, so my bad. But I was scrolling on Facebook, and I just happened to see a a post about it, just showing D'Angelo Russell from the Lakers, and his it's basically talking about like his house. He's got like a $4 million house, and just kind of showing like his house or whatever, and it's got some pictures of him and his family. But I happen to just go through the comment section, and now mind you, he does have a white girlfriend or a white wife or whatever. I don't know if he's married, and I think it's wife. But yeah, I just happened to go through the comment section, and it's crazy because like 80% of the comments are about him being with a white woman. It ain't really there's nothing really involving in the house. But I thought that was funny. But I figured like I'll make a hot topic on this, and because it was just something that I feel like people like it's a bunch of questions surrounding that about why like a lot of successful black men normally go and date or marry white women. But I feel like I got a pretty good take on this, cause like I've done both. Like I've been with a white girl and I've been with a black girl. So like I can kind of like give you a good good explanation on why that happens and the differences between the two. But and I'd say especially for like a more successful black man, like it's a lot of things that kind of come into play. And then when I speak on this, I'm not speaking on like every single black woman or every single white woman. I'm kind of speaking on the majority, not the minority. So y'all kind of got to see it from a universal perspective compared to just basically trying to you know use yourself as an example. You kind of got to like look at it from like a universal perspective, and kind of like as far as the masses, like, 'cause I know everybody is different, and every white girl and every black girl aren't the same, and whatever. So it's like you kind of got to look at it to where it's like it is differences, but for the majority, not the minority. But so yeah, I just want to let y'all get that out there first, because I know people gonna be thinking like, oh, you're trying to like put everybody in a category, but nah, I'm just saying this is just for like most of the people that you meet, and the majority of it. So I say for like the main reasons why most black men, successful black men do go with white women, and not even just successful, like just some of them that are just like, it could be potentially successful, or just like uh, a black guy that's trying to, get something done, or just, the average black guy. Doesn't really matter, where he's at in his status or whatever. But I'd say like one of the main reasons is like, I feel like there's a little bit more comfortability as far as when you are with a white girl compared to a black girl, because the main thing is like, from what I've noticed, like most white girls, they don't when they go looking for somebody to be with or date or whatever, and this is whenever they're in that stage of like they're trying to actually find somebody. Sometimes the ones that are younger do this too, but mostly when you're younger, you're kind of just out here living. But the ones that are kind of like at that, I'd say 23, 24 and up, somewhere in there, like a lot of them, and some of them that are younger too, but like that's kind of like the best way I can explain it, because like when you're like, you know, 17, 18, 19, 20, like when you're in that stage, you're kind of just trying stuff out, so you really don't know what you want. But I say once you kind of got what you want established, like it's kind of like some things to where like with white girls, they they have like a certain list of requirements that they require before they want to be with a guy. You know what I'm saying? So like, and a lot of times like sex is not one of the big things on their list, to where it's like they'd rather be with somebody that's stable, that's got something going for themselves, some type of potential or whatever. Like that's actually like I say a good person, and they kind of want somebody that's like that can lead, not follow. So they want to be with somebody that's more like I said, more stable, and they can actually like provide for them, and like it'll actually make sense down the line, like more, a family man, and like they basically try to find somebody that's gonna be good to be a father. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think that's real common with white girls, to where they kind of like, they basically they want to find somebody that's gonna fit a list of requirements that they have for a man, and they don't put sex as one of their top requirements. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big difference between white women and black women. Like, because black women, they'll put sex a little bit too high on their requirement list, because they do want all those other, they do want stability, they do want a good person, and so on and so on. But like, they'll put sex a little bit too high, and that's what'll end up falling short, because like you'll end up being with somebody that you're just mostly sexually attracted to, but this person's not stable. This person, may have a crazy attitude problem. They may just be abusive or whatever. Like, what I'm saying? Like they're not faithful. Like, there'll be a lot of different things that come after that you'll kind of turn a blind eye to, and you'll end up just just dealing with it just because you're being sexually satisfied. And I think that's a big issue. That's a real big issue, because to the point to where it's like, and there's some white girls going through that too, but I feel like it's a lot more common with black women, because like they kind of put sex a little bit too high, like as far as like, like, and that's the whole thing. Like you'll go with a guy that like, or you feel like is going to sexually satisfy you, over a guy that may not sexually satisfy you, but he's got a bunch of other, requirements that you want, as far as like I said, stability, good personality, got potential, like, so like you'll put sex before all that stuff, and that's where you end up falling short, because it's like sex ain't everything. Like once you have sex with somebody, like it's it's good for the first, I'd say like few months or whatever, months to a year or whatever, however long you want to say. But like after you get past that point, like sex starts to get old, to the point to where it's like, all right, now what else can we do for each other? Like a sex is like I said, sex is not that important. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where it's like you got to kind of look at it like, this person. If you want to actually be serious with this person, like you got to kind of look at the qualities that are gonna have longevity. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and then sex is not one of them qualities, because it's like we all at some point, at some point everybody's gonna get a lot less, like, I say just like lazy. This is just, let's just say they'll be a lot more lazy in bed eventually, and that happens with women and men. So it's like sex is not one of those qualities that have a lot of longevity. So that's what I say. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I've seen. Like I said, and this is just from my experience personally. This is, like I said, this is not for like every single black woman, every single white woman, because it's just definitely things that happen for both of them that that I explained, and it's not really defined by race. It's just kind of like the type of person that you are. But as far as, like I said, the majority, not the minority, this is an issue that I see all the time, because like I said, I see it every day on my timeline, and just being online on social media. You kind of see like the mindset of a lot of people, and that kind of just shows you like how people think, and what's important to them. Like I said, a lot of black women do focus on sex a little bit too much, and that's where they fall short, because they want to be sexually satisfied, but they'll end up being with somebody that can do that, but that person will be, like I said, unstable, no financial situation, no job. Like, it's kind of like they'll put all the other stuff that the guy should have at the bottom of their list, but they'll put sex first. And this is where things get wicked. Like I said, compared to like the most of the white women that I see, they don't do that. Like, it's at the point where like they're fine with being like, no, I don't want to say unsexually satisfied, but like they're kind of content with whatever the sex is. Like, and they'll actually like they'll basically be with somebody that may not even be that great at sex. And like I said, but if that person's got still like those other requirements, being stable, and they're actually able to provide, and they're a good person, they'll put that to the side to get those main requirements. And like I said, that's that's the main difference that I see, you know, and I think that kind of plays into like I said, these successful guys and stuff like that, because it's like they realize that like it's a lot harder for a woman to find somebody with these priorities and requirements that like I said, that are kind of like a little bit, it's just more a lot harder to find guys with those, you know what I mean, like compared to like a guy that's just, you know, can sexually satisfy you. Like it's easy to find somebody that can do that. Like it's easy. There's plenty of guys out here that's gonna be able to, you know, sexually satisfy you. So like you end up going through a lot more guys when you put that first on your priorities list compared to like when you have, you know, different requirements, like I said, as far as being stable and you know, being a good person, and like I said, just kind of like when you have those requirements first, it's a lot harder to find somebody like that. So you end up kind of somewhat preserving yourself until you do find it. And you may, you know, mess around with some guys here and there that don't have that, but it's never anything that's going to last for too long. So that's why I say like guys feel a lot more comfortable knowing a woman has those requirements. And then, like I said, once you get with somebody that actually has those requirements, at that point they're a lot more satisfied with that person because it's been such a long journey trying to find that. So like I said, guys feel more comfortable with being with a woman that like I said, has a set requirement list, because they feel like, well, you know, it's a lot harder to find somebody that's like them. So the odds of them, you know, cheating or being with somebody else is a lot lower compared to you if you just want somebody that's going to, you know, sexually satisfy you. Because like that can be anybody. That can be somebody on the side of the road that's homeless. If you're just going for that, like it's a lot easier for you to be, you know, like, you know, to be a cheater and to go out here and, you know, live your life and do whatever, you know. But that's why I said, so most guys, especially successful guys, they don't want to have that thought in the back of their mind that they woman gonna eventually go out here and cheat because, you know, he didn't sexually satisfy you one night, or y'all ain't been having sex enough, or whatever the case may be. So like I said, that's one of the main things right there that like y'all got to pay attention to and kind of look into. Like I said, and y'all tell me y'all opinion on that. Like I said, this is just based off my experience, and like I said, that's just kind of how I feel about it. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I feel like that's, you know, probably the best way I can explain that for people. And like I said, this is for the majority, not the minority. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Y'all take it easy.